Hi, I'm Angela Hall, and I am the creative director and founder of Thyme Well Spent Catering.
And I'm Brandon Hall, and I'm the owner and executive chef for Thyme Well Spent Catering.
So Thyme Well Spent was a labor of love of both Brandon and my passions. They just organically intertwined, my love for event and design and his culinary passions. I started off in the wedding industry, and we decided that it would be a good idea to merge our passions and start a catering and event production company. So I think what makes us unique in the industry is we are a husband and wife duo. So everything that we do is done together, from the vision of the menu to the plateware to the unique ingredients, and even down to the colors of the ingredients. When we work with certain brands or companies, we might have to infuse that into the menu and cuisine being served. And you'll see that across the board in our table settings, our floral design, and the overall aesthetic of the event.
Yeah, and I think from a food side, although we have menus, we are like very tailor-made to our clients' needs. 1 week we're cooking Japanese, 1 week we're cooking Indian, 1 week we're doing really modern food. And I think that's unique because we're always cooking unique things, and we're not pigeonholed just to one menu. We cook with the season, with our heart, with a ton of passion, and we collaborate on pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything we do is one of a kind, so there's never anything set. Whatever the client wants, we can customize for them. So one of the ways that we stay very involved in the community is obviously through food. That's a way that we can give back to different organizations, and even, for example, during COVID, we were able to feed frontline workers, people in need, bring supplies to people, and so, yeah, even delivering supplies to elderly. So we always are looking for different ways to give back, and it's mostly through the love of our food.
Yeah, and she's right. You know, food brings people together, it brings passion to the table, and we've been able to give back with multiple charities that we've done work with, and it's all food-based, and the proceeds from those go back to helping those that are truly in need. So now that we have our footprint here in our new kitchen in Costa Mesa, we're really excited about the opportunity to give back to other chefs who are trying to get in the industry and give them a place to prep out of and to build their careers up to hopefully get a kitchen like we have one day. And also, we're looking forward to working with other people in our community and truly giving back. So there's a bunch of different reasons why I fell in love with cooking. I think my mom and dad were both great cooks in their own right. My mom made really great, comforting food. So growing up, we would have these delicious stews and pastas and just these things that would be on the crock pot on the stove. They were delicious. Then we'd go visit my dad during summer, and he was a master on the grill. He would make steak and baked potatoes and everything on the grill. So I just remember people gathering and just always feeling good when we were cooking and eating together. And then when I would go visit my grandma, she would watch a lot of cooking shows. So watching, Graham Kerr, watching Julia Childs. For whatever reason, as a kid, I really took a liking to them. And I always wanted to be a chef, but never initially went into that field. And over time, I knew that passion was there, and I decided to take the leap of faith and jump into it. And I'm so glad that we did.
So growing up and into my young 20s, I loved planning events. I was kind of notoriously known as the event planner of my friends. And when I moved to Las Vegas, I enrolled at UNLV, and one of the degrees that they offer is hospitality, meetings, and events. So I thought, okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and go into that field. And I graduated with that degree. And then when I moved back to California, I went full force into the wedding industry. I fell in love with weddings and design and love and the overall whole love story of a wedding. And from there, it organically grew into corporate events, galas, private events, baby showers, bridal showers. And I've had the opportunity to plan hundreds and hundreds of events, from everything from designing the tables to floral design to overall aesthetic of the event. And we're able to merge the culinary aspect into that as well. And so I just really love and enjoy seeing an event from the beginning planning stages come together, and the night of the event, seeing it all together for the clients and guests to enjoy. So we always had a dream of having our own space, and we built out this warehouse that is now our beautiful kitchen and small event space for chefs and private events to come and host dinners and small meetings. And ultimately, our final goal is to have our own venue one day that we can host weddings and corporate events and social events, and it to be a one-stop shop for planning, design, florals, rentals, catering, and even on-site overnight stays.
Yeah, so Angela kind of mentioned, our future goals, and kind of to expand on it a little bit from a culinary standpoint. I've always dreamt of having this little kitchen in kind of a cottage with some farming around and some fruits and vegetables that we can plant in season and really tailor-make our menus around what we're growing around us, what's fresh, what's in season. Things are going to taste better, and it'll also give us a little bit of extra excitement with our cooking, knowing that it came from the ground and eventually will be consumed by our guests. So really excited to eventually have a venue. We always say think it, feel it, do it, and I think that we've already thought about it, we feel great about it, and the last thing we have to do is do it. So I'm excited for our future.
My inspiration really comes from a lot of places, but I would say number one is travel. When I travel to different destinations around the world, from the architecture to the tiles, the mosaics, the stones, even bathrooms, I pull so much inspiration from hotels and different Airbnbs, and then restaurants that we visit as well. We're able to pull inspiration from different kind of cuisine and the aesthetic of the restaurant, and we try to bring that back to all of our events and put that personal touch into an event. So if I'm doing an Italian event, I will think about a place I traveled in the Italian Riviera and try to bring back a little piece of that so the guests can truly feel like they're immersed into that destination.
Inspiration comes from multiple ways. From a chef standpoint, there's a chef named Tyler Florence. I used to watch one of his shows, and he was just this cool, hip chef, cooked in this like New York loft, and he just had like this certain swagger to him. So he initially inspired me, and now I'm inspired in a lot of different ways, from cookbooks, different things on TV shows, and ultimately from my chef team. We eat as a team, we cook as a team, and we taste everything as a team. And we're constantly learning and evolving from each other. And as I mentioned before, seasonal cooking is really important to us. And I'm really excited when the seasons change because that means new things to work with, and yeah, constant inspiration around us.